Niacoma, let me ask you something. Have you heard the fallacious feminists say that women are the prize? Or maybe you heard the maniacal manosphere people say that men are the prize. Are you one of these people? Who do you think is the prize in the relationship? Well, let us dead this right now, because the prize is actually the relationship. We're Montsho and Nwasha Edu, the creators of the Acoma House Initiative, culturally based counseling and consulting, and the ultimate relationship empowerment program, Acoma Soul. Let's get right into this, because I want to dispel this forever. Again, when we out here in this poisonous podcast propaganda, we see all of these people talking about who's the prize. The man is the prize, the woman is the prize, and they strive to give you statistical data or perspectives that support it. But we're going to give you 5 irrefutable stats. Now hold up. We know that statistics don't encapsulate everything that is relevant about a relationship, but this is something to consider. So we're going to give you 5 stats of why it's not the man, it's not the woman, but it is the relationship. But there is a problem with the relationship, and we're going to get to that afterwards. So let's go quickly. Number 1, the first thing you have to understand about being mated or married, you are going to live longer, period. If you enjoy life, if you want to continue life, right, like most of us sane people do, you're going to live anywhere on the low end statistically, national average, 2 years. But on the higher average and higher end, we're talking 7 to 15 years longer. And for us as black men, statistics show we're going to live 12 to 15 years longer if we're married. We see this because look at how many of us, the life expectancy is 68 for us as a people, and it's lower for black men. I ask any black men under the sound of my voice, name 10 people that you know, not in public space or on television or social media, but 10 men that you actually know in your community or in your personal life that are over 65. Guarantee you can't do it. So number 1, you're going to live longer.
And number 2, you are going to make more money. So a lot of times when people
right?
think about the relationship, they think that it's actually going to cost them. But what we know and what statistics show is that when you're in a coupled relationship, when you're married, you make on average $1 million more over the course of your life, and that's the low end. What a lot of people don't acknowledge is that some of the wealthiest people on the planet are actually married, and that's particularly because you're living longer, right? You have more time over your lifespan to earn the money, but also because of what complementary energy brings to your business ideas, to your peace of mind, and that actually has you make more money.
And number 3, you're going to have more sex. Now this, like, for real, this should be, again, another no-brainer. Do you want to have more sex over the course of your life? Very few people say no to that. And even though statistics are showing since 2018, there is a social downward trend. So something is happening, and in general, we're having less sex. But married men report having 71% more sex than they did as single men. And married women report having 69% more sex than they did as single women. So that is a no-brainer. If you want more sex, you need to be married.
And number 4, married men and married women report better health overall. So that is better emotional health, because you have partnership and you have someone to decompress. It's better mental health, better physical health, because you're going to hit your doctor's appointments. And this is especially true for men.
Yes.
Women, your wives, tend to make doctor's appointments for you, remind you to go to the doctor, and really are the manager of the health of a family. So men and women live longer when they are married, and I really think that it's because you have something to live for, you have the outside accountability, and you tend to be able to see your partner better than you can see yourself. So someone telling you, hey, it looks like this is what's happening to you, or hey, it looks like you've changed in some way. I think the outside person is better at noticing and better at reminding you and better at really getting the buy-in for why you should do something about it.
Absolutely. And number five and fifth, and finally, I think this is very important. You get more protection. Some people say this is subjective, but here's some objectivity. Listen, statistics show that single people are 4 times greater to be the victims of violent attacks. And that really is important for all of these beautiful single women out here. As Malcolm X said, the black woman is the most unprotected woman in America and the world. But also for men, we are 4 to 5 times more likely to be murdered by someone who looks like us if we are unmarried. And I think this just has to do with our people, places, and things. We can debate about what is the bottom line or validity or core element of that fact, of that statistic, but the truth of the matter is, statistically speaking, you're going to get more protection from violence. But the one that I'm really concerned about is that we're going to have systemic protection from the system. So the global system of racism, white supremacy, which is the greatest threat to the art and science of black love culture. So if you are going to be protected within your relationship, you want to be protected, insulated well from the greatest threat. So the threat is seducing our women into delusion. The threat is pummeling our men into irresponsibility, where they're not doing the right thing at the right time for the right reasons. And the delusions of women is that they're focusing on the wrong thing at the wrong time for the wrong reasons. So we're going to have developed systems because, as Frances Cress Welsing said and our Limu Dr. Africa said, your family is a survival unit against this system. And you can set up things within your home of what you invest in and what you divest from that will automatically be a blow to this system and a bunker or a shelter for you, your mate, and your children. So these are the 5 things. So if these 5 things are true, then what's the problem? Why are so many people confused about who's the prize and we the prize and I'm the prize and all of this ridiculous argument? What is the problem? Here's what we believe it is. To have a successful marriage, you got to have skills. And very few people are demonstrating that, and even fewer people are teaching that, right? So what happens is we get into the relationship thinking we the prize. So that's the first fallacious thought or the maniacal thought, right? We get in, we can't actually operate the relationships because we don't have those overall skills, including resolving conflict, communicating effectively at a moment's notice, or harmonizing styles, creating intimacy, and creating a court or a support system around us. And a lot of these relationships are just started or instigated off of attraction or material gain, and there's no real purpose. So now we get into this soup of dysfunctionality and we can't make the relationship work. So we say the relationship is the problem. And so I'm the prize, but there just isn't anybody out here who can deal with me or that's on my level, or the men are so irresponsible and unloyal and the women are delusional and they're irresponsible as well. All of this is fallacy. So we want to stop it, dead it, kill it. Podcast people around the world, boo. Stop telling this lie. The man is not the prize. The woman is not the prize. For both of us, being in the relationship successfully is the prize. And that's what we're offering in Akoma Soul.
So in Akoma Soul, this is our premier relationship program. You actually learn the skills that you need in order to have a functional relationship. And we, by functional relationship, mean that you are happy, the relationship is healthy, and that you're living in harmony. And this is what you, I think, want deep down, I think this is what you deserve. And just like any other area of your life, you're going to be better when you actually have the skills that you need to be successful. So if you're interested in finding out what the skills are, we have a free download for you. If you click the link, you can see everything that you need in order to have that healthy, happy, and harmonious relationship. And then you can also talk to us if you're interested about how we can help you actually use the skills in your particular relationship. So click the link and let us know which one of these do you think is the most important to you right now out of the 5 skills that we just said. And of course, we want you to like this video and share with someone that you know
Yes, please.
could benefit from this information.
Share it with all these crazy podcasters. Listen, let's kill this noise and open your eyes. Being in intimate relationship is actually the prize. Bars. Until we see you next time, as always, we're greeting you in peace and saying,
Niakoma.
Niakoma.